CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. So glad you could be with us on this Wednesday, August 20th. Jave Roy was laid to rest today on Manitoulin Island after he was killed by a stray bullet in Toronto on the weekend. The procession took the 8-year-old to the cemetery after a traditional ceremony in Wikwemikong this afternoon. Friends and family gathered to pay their final respects. Angela Gemmell is in Wikwemikong, and we'll have more on this heartbreaking story at 6 o'clock. Time for your first check on weather. A little warmer on this Wednesday. Are we going to get another dose of heat? For more details, let's bring in CTV's Amanda Hicks, filling in for Rick Wyman.
Thanks, Tony. Yes, the gears are definitely shifting, and if you stepped outside today, you likely got a taste of that. Your first look at weather is brought to you by CAA. You can become a member at getcaa.ca. So we began this week with fall temperatures, some sweaters, but as we move through closer to the end of the week, we're definitely going to be switching those sweaters out for some t-shirts, and with that we are going to be feeling some humidity as well. There's going to be humidex values on the rise for tomorrow, but with that we are going to be seeing potentially some active weather as well. I'll have more on that coming up a bit later on in the show, but for now, Tony, back to you.
Thanks for that, Amanda. OPP netted $200,000 in cocaine after a traffic stop last week. Police say they got a call about a possible impaired driver at a gas station on Henvey Inlet First Nation. When officers investigated, they found 2 kilograms of cocaine in the vehicle. A 28-year-old from Sioux Lookout was arrested and charged. 2 people have been arrested in Greater Sudbury in connection with the Grandparent scam. The Grandparent scam is when someone calls claiming to be your grandchild who needs money for an emergency. In this case, the caller told the victim they needed the money for bail, which they provided to 2 people who showed up to collect it on behalf of their grandson. Police received another call from a resident who said the scammer tried the same thing. The second victim didn't give them any money and was able to provide police a description of their vehicle. Police caught the suspects on Long Lake Road in Sudbury and found large amounts of cash, several cell phones, and fraudulent IDs. A 37-year-old man and a 46-year-old woman from Montreal have been charged with fraud over $5,000. Police believe there are more victims out there. Construction has started on the Kingsway Employment District Business Park in Sudbury. And today, the developer, city, and waste management celebrated with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. CTV's Madison Merrier has more.
The land, once slated for an entertainment complex, has a new life.
We call it a ribbon cutting ceremony, but it's not just a ribbon cutting ceremony. It's not about cutting a ribbon. It's about finally cutting through the red tape.
It's super exciting to start this development park with Dario and his team. We've been at this for 4.5 years to find the right space.
They were looking for a piece of property, an industrial piece of property in the city limits, and so they're the first domino, and we needed that first domino to start. And with that, we were able to arrange the financing.
The property on the Kingsway is well known to Sudbury, as it was the preferred area for the new arena and has been the subject of major city council spending and legal battles from 2017 to 2022.
A few months ago, the council voted to support the building of a road, but it's a shared cost. So basically, the taxpayers are paying around 20% of what the road cost instead of 100% of what the road would cost.
With the past plans for the KED still on Sudburyans' mind, Zulich remains optimistic about the future of what the business park could look like.
And we've finally got all the approvals, and I think there's so much demand out here for industrial space that buildings will be popping up everywhere and creating jobs, and it's going to be great for our community.
Zulich says that the KED Business Park is still forming, and the FEV believes that it will bring in many employment opportunities to the city. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
An update tonight from Fauquier-Strickland, where council is looking at increasing taxes to combat the more than $2.5 million municipal deficit. Last night, council met to review a report on possible tax increases. Preferred option in the report was an overall property tax of 125%. That would pay off the community's debts and set them for 3% increase for each year until 2029. But to do that, the community would need to use discretionary reserves of nearly $1.4 million. While it would leave the community exposed this year, the plan would slowly replenish the coffers by 2029. It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Amanda has your full weather forecast. But first, here's a live webcam of downtown Timmins. It's 22 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. We are back in just a few minutes.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Welcome back from the break. We're halfway through the week, and what a pleasant Wednesday it was out there across much of our region. We saw some sunshine, some comfortable temperatures, a little bit on the warmer side, but things are definitely going to heat up as we get closer to the weekend, and a chance of precipitation as well there. To begin Thursday, a little bit of mixed precipitation above Kapuskasing there, continuing on, and a little bit heavier as we get into Friday and a little bit closer to the weekend there as well. And with warmer temperatures, of course, we're going to start to see a little bit of active weather there for sure. 5-day forecast starting with Sudbury, Nickel Belt. Humidex 28 degrees for tomorrow, high of 26. Mix of sun and cloud continuing into Friday, high of 26. A chance of showers on Saturday, high of 28. Dropping down a little bit on Sunday, but still there's that slight chance of showers there, and continuing on into Monday as we begin the work week. For Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, humidex of 29 degrees for tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds, sunny skies on Friday, a great start to the weekend there. Chance of showers on Saturday, high of 25. Continuing on into Sunday, temperatures cool off a little bit to 20 degrees, and then a chance of showers to begin the work week. For Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, 26 for tomorrow, feeling more like 29, mix of sun and cloud, a chance of showers on Friday, high of 24, 23 on Saturday, chance of showers, and a chance of showers on Sunday as well, high of 20. For Timiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, 26 for tomorrow, feeling like 31, cloudy skies. 26 on Friday, a mix of sun and cloud, chance of showers throughout the weekend and continuing on into Monday. And finally for North Bay, West Nipissing, mix of sun and cloud for tomorrow, feeling like 29. Sunny skies on Friday to begin the weekend, high of 26, 22 on Saturday. Holding on to that temperature for Sunday, chance of showers on Sunday and a chance of showers on Monday as well. High of 15, falling a little bit below seasonal, single-digit temperatures overnight as the low. So things are definitely getting warmer as we get to the weekend. Tony, that was your 5-day forecast. Back to you.
Much, Amanda. A huge storm that rumbled through Greater Sudbury and killed 6 people is being remembered today on social media. 55 years ago, an F3 category tornado swept through parts of the city with winds reaching more than 300 kilometers an hour. The tornado blew through Lively and Coppercliff, destroying homes and businesses in its path. The storm would push east through Field and North Bay before finally petering out in Ottawa. Locally, 200 people were injured, 6 were killed. It remains one of the deadliest tornadoes in Canadian history more than half a century later. Francophone education in Ontario could be at risk of meddling from the Ford government, according to New Democrat MPPs. Nickel Belt MPP France Jalina joined a delegation at Queen's Park, saying the province's controversial Education Bill 33 could lead to violating Francophone charter rights. More now from CTV's Sergio Rangio.
A threat to Francophone education is a threat to our survival.
They're taking Ontario's Bill 33 as a potential danger to Francophone charter rights to receive education in French, and particularly to manage their own school boards. Northern MPP France Jalina joined a delegation of Francophone groups to call for the bill's repeal, one that gives the government more oversight over the province's school boards.
We are here to remind Mr. Ford that Francophone do exist in Ontario and that a large part of our survival depends on our education system.
Among Among the powers under Bill 33 would be for the education minister to launch investigations into school boards, issue directives, and even take control of school boards if those directives are not followed. The Francophone community worries that that could mean cuts to services and Anglophones directing French curriculum.
The supervisor will be able to make all of the decisions regarding Francophone education without having to consult a single Franco-Ontarian.
Adding that there are no mentions in the bill of intentions to respect charter rights, striking fears that an over 600,000 Francophone population could decline.
If the government choose not to respect Francophone rights, they can expect action and pushback.
There are over 480 Francophone schools across 12 French school boards in Ontario. Over 100 of them are in the Northeast. The province could not respond to the community's concerns for us by our deadline. Sergio Arangio, CTV News, Timmins.
Thanks for that, Sergio. And this afternoon, we did receive a statement from the Executive Director of Communications for Education Minister Paul Calandra. The statement reads in part, "We have increased funding for French language school boards by about 34% since 2018 and will continue working closely with our partners in the Franco-Ontarian community to strengthen and deliver the high-quality French language education that every child deserves." Blast off. Coming up on CTV News at 5. We head to Matagami First Nation, southwest of Timmins, for a student rocketry competition. There are going to be more emergency room closures along the north shore of Lake Huron. The North Shore Health Network says the emergency department at the Thessalon site is shut down tomorrow from 8 a.m. until 8 in the morning on Friday. So if you need care, head to Blind River, Richards Landing, or Sioux Area Hospital. For emergencies, call 911. Canada's largest student rocketry challenge is taking place this week on Matagami First Nation land, southwest of Timmins. Around 400 students are testing rockets they built and are blasting off for the first time. CTV's Lydia Chubak has more.
About a 90-minute drive from Timmins and in Matagami First Nation territory is where you'll find the ideal location for firing off rockets. The non-profit organization called Launch Canada says this is the only place in the country that's permitted rocket launching to take place.
We have municipal, provincial, and federal support to do this. I think there's really a vision for Canada to develop this aerospace industry, and it starts with our students, whether university or high school. And right now, the high school students in Timmins and Matagami have been top-notch and are really building the future of this industry.
More than 400 students are participating, including some from Timmins, and there are teams from about a dozen Canadian universities, including Carleton, Alberta, and Saskatchewan.
The McGill rocket team is just about to raise its experimental hybrid rocket, which has taken tens of thousands of work hours to build. And it's a rare moment because it takes many steps of testing to get to this point, and very few Canadian universities even make it here.
But Launch Canada says there is a huge need for more rocket scientists, and this challenge is an opportunity to motivate more youths to consider rocketry as a career.
There are now multiple rocket companies in Canada on a race to build the first Canadian rocket to go to orbit, because as we build our country and make one Canada strong, we need to have our own access to space.
This is the fourth year Science Timmins has brought a contingent.
You should see their faces when their rockets go up. It's just pure joy to see them, excitement, and everybody's clapping. There's lots of spectators here. Everybody claps when it's a good launch, and even if it's not a good launch, doesn't matter. We had one small failure this morning, but no big deal. You learn something when something fails.
We just built it from a kit, so we got step-by-step instructions on how to build everything, and then we put our motors in today, and now they're ready to go.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
Even though LaPointe says she wants to be an orthopedic surgeon, she says learning about rocketry teaches her how to be more innovative. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Matagami First Nation.
Sudbury's mayor was filling backpacks today to help youth in the community start the school year off right. The supplies were fundraised by the Rotary Club of Sudbury Sunrisers, but the whole project is in conjunction with the City of Barrie and the Providing Instruments of Excellence, or PI Education Initiative. Sudbury and Barrie collaborated to get 1,200 backpacks to help families in need and give students a good start to the school year.
So for us, it's making sure that they start the school year with confidence, and they have the same chance of success, and that they can feel equal to everybody else in the classroom.
Mayor Lefebvre says social services will assist and ensure the backpacks get to kids who need them most. This summer's farmers market in North Bay has seen its busiest year on record. CTV's Eric Tashner explains what's driving this year's success.
The Buy Local and Buy Canadian movements haven't lost their mojo at the North Bay Farmers Market.
I got some corn today. Usually I buy the duck eggs and all kinds of veggies.
The farmers market has consistently seen its busiest year on record.
We're seeing it weekend after weekend, not just, the odd Saturday. It's been very consistently super busy.
There are three major factors attributed to this. A strong growing season in the fields. The pandemic 5 years ago began the push to buy local. Now tariffs and U.S. rhetoric threatening Canada's sovereignty has pushed Canadians to change their spending ways.
Here I buy Canadian, and I know it's fresh off the farm, and I'm a farmer's daughter, so it really helps.
We have locally, as opposed to going to, it's like a big box store. That's why we like to come here. It's much bigger than it used to be years ago. Years ago, it was just a couple of vendors. Now it's huge.
About 60% of the local vendors are farmers, while others include jewelers and crafters.
Mom's picked up some jewelry.
I like jewelry, so I bought jewelry.
In October, the market will move indoors, but crowd sizes are expected to remain high as the fall harvest season kicks into high gear.
Farmers like myself were encouraged, we see that we're being seen as valued.
Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
He's written 7 books already and is working on an 8th and 9th. When we return, Dave Wickenden returns as a guest on the Northern Book Club. You're watching First at 5. He was in the Canadian Armed Forces, then moved on to Greater Sudbury Fire Services and became Deputy Fire Chief. He's now retired, but is still keeping himself busy by writing. Dave Wickenden now joins us in studio. Hi there, Dave. So nice to see you again.
Hi, thanks for the offer.
How's your summer so far? What have you been up to?
Extremely busy. Selling books like crazy all across the north. 4 markets a week. One in Kagwan, one in McKellar, down near Perry Sound, and 2 days at the S&N Gas Bar in Brett.
Oh my gosh, and how's that been going for you? What is it like being an author, a writer, and also telling people about your books?
Well, that's the fun part. It's fun for the author to meet the readers that like my stories, and love hearing their feedback, after they've read and they're coming back for the 2nd and 3rd book, so it's really exciting.
How many have you written to date? I thought I counted 7 or 8.
I do have 7. I'm working on number 8 and 9 right now.
Can you tell our viewers a little sneak peek about what's in that book?
Well, the one I'm currently addressing right now is the 3rd in the Vigilante series I have, which deals with child exploitation. I have a vigilante that doesn't care for how people treat children, but it's a worldwide thing.
I understand you're also the vice chair of the Crime Writers of Canada.
Yes, that's just recent.
I think you assumed that title in June. So what does that entail? What do you have to do as part of that role?
I'm a board member, and the whole board and Crime Writers is there to promote Canadian crime writers. So to get them, give them some visibility to the readers, to libraries, and to the Canadian, right across Canada. We have regional directors in most of the provinces across Canada. We meet once a month as a board, and Now that I'm on the executive board in the vice chair position, we meet once or twice a week, once or twice a month. So the big thing that I'm working on is a mentoring program. That what we like to do is have, we have two types of members. We have professional members who are published authors, and we have associate members, which are people that haven't published yet. So they're wannabes, if you want. So by offering a chance for somebody who hasn't published to sit down with a published author that can help guide them through the process and help them with their manuscript, it's a very big bonus, if you want.
Dave, so nice to see you again. Thanks again for your time and continued success.
Thank you very much.
Dave Wickenden was our guest. And to see more of our authors in the Northern Book Club, head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. Our first community close-up comes to us from Sault Ste. Marie. Marcel Gagnon sent us a couple of photographs. He spotted these ruby-throated hummingbirds while at home. Those are great pictures, Marcel. Thanks so much. We are off to Elliott Lake. Donna Glebe emailed us this picture. She saw this bright pink lily at the boat launch in the city. It was the lone pink one among all the white lilies. Thanks, Donna. And check out this video sent to us by Diane Boulay in the Greater Sudbury community of Hanmer. This is a monarch caterpillar. It is feasting on milkweed that Diane had planted. Eventually, the caterpillar will turn into a beautiful monarch butterfly. Thanks so much, Diane. And it would seem Northerners have been very lucky in the lottery this summer. Robert St. Onge from Azilda in Greater Sudbury is the latest in a string of winners we've told you about. He won $100,000 playing Plinko. Congratulations, Robert. And speaking of winners, healthcare in North Bay won big at the Osprey Golf Tournament yesterday. The charity golf gala raised $90,000 to help with the purchase of transport ventilators for the North Bay Regional Health Centre. Since its inception 27 years ago, the event has raised more than $700,000 for much-needed medical equipment. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.